Hello, and welcome to the last lesson of this module. This one is what I would call your freedom garden. Your freedom garden is comprised of foods that honor your health. So, beyond making food choices that fuel your soul and your taste buds, having this practice is going to allow you to have what's the word I'm looking for? Um, Repercussions for your decisions around food. So, yes, chocolate and candy and ice cream, not off limits. But you know that if you eat too much, it's going to affect the way you feel. If I eat red meat for lunch, you best bet I'm taking a nap at 2 o'clock. It makes me feel tired. Over time, practicing intuitive eating, I have created the awareness and have taken mental notes to know what foods give me energy and which foods rob me of my energy. And not only energy in the form of like I'm at it, on the hustle, on the run, I could do jumping jacks kind of thing. It also means respecting what your body needs. So, no, ice cream and chocolate aren't off the table, but if you're lactose intolerant and allergic to chocolate, okay, like don't eat it. It's respecting your health and knowing where your body is. If you have food allergies, intolerances, um, religious um, restrictions, these are all things to respect, right? So, this body you have is the most expensive piece of laboratory equipment most people will ever get their hands on. Now, I'm not saying treat your body like a lab rat and only eat foods that are clean. I hate that word. Or healthy because you want to satisfy your health at every time. Being gentle around this means okay, maybe I'm lactose intolerant and I want nice ice cream after dinner. Honoring my health would mean I would pick a dairy-free ice cream. Honoring my health would know that maybe I didn't respect my fullness and I'm like at a 90%. Um, and eating that ice cream might put me at full capacity, like 100%. And then I'm gonna feel really, really disgusting and really like horrible after. Not because of morality, but because physically it makes my gut uncomfortable. These are all things to take into account. There is no rhyme or reason or perfect practice. There's no perfection in any of this. It is solely to respect the way your body responds to food. So, cultivating a list of foods in your head that give you energy and leave your tummy feeling good is important because we eat 3 times a day. So there's a lot of opportunity to do it right or to not do it right. And I don't want to harp on doing it right or wrong, but you are going to pay the price for what you put in your body. So, with being gentle about this is where if you've had restrictive dieting, cycling issues, and different food rules and stuff, this will be a difficult one because you want to respect your body, but you also are a human. And sometimes food is merely to fuel the soul. So if your list doesn't always, the list of foods that doesn't feel good, like I eat burgers every once in a while, but I know I'm going to only eat a burger if I don't have much to do in the afternoon and I can give myself the space to deal with the discomfort because I love burgers. So if you're in a position where you have a food list that, and this is for intolerances, like if you have allergies, absolutely do not go near that food. Maybe try to find a good substitute for what you're craving. But leaning into those cravings is going to be important. regardless of what you're trying to do for your gut or your stomach or your comfortability. Because if you eat too clean and you obsess over it and you eat too perfectly and you don't allow yourself those points in time where you can just eat to fuel the soul, you're going to flip a switch. You're going to self sabotage. And instead of just having one piece of chocolate every once in a while because you were craving it, if you restricted yourself enough, one day you're going to eat a whole box and you're really going to feel bad. And then you're going to sit with shame and guilt over it. So, peppering in foods that satisfy your taste buds and your soul is important because we're human. We're not machines. We are at some capacity, but we're also have this human brain of ours that likes to enjoy things. So, have the awareness before you sit down with your food. Okay, am I eating to fuel myself or just a craving? Do I have a really big day planned and I'm going to need all of my best energy? On that kind of day, I'm going to try to stick to foods that I know make me feel good. But if it's a weekend or you're at a party or if it's a celebration or an event, be gentle with yourself. There is no right way to do this. It is just your own intuition letting you know no foods are off the table unless you have restrictions and intolerances you have to adhere to. Food is not bad. Respect your hunger, respect your fullness, respect what your body can tolerate, respect your soul and your desire to crave things. And this one's a little tricky because we want to be perfect. And for all you perfectionists out there, I see you. There's no perfection in this. It's gentle nutrition. It's coming to peace with food. It's creating a list and curating a list of your freedom garden. That's why I like to call it your freedom garden, because they're a list of foods that make you feel good. And start to lean away from foods that make you feel bad. And not because you have to exit off the list. Like every once in a while, I'm sure that there are situations where you can't control what's on the table and you really are hungry. And at that point, you make a decision to go hungry or to experience some discomfort. So this is a tricky practice. It's going to take work, but no perfection. Do your best, as the 4 agreements would say. Just do your best with this on the daily. Make sure you're feeding your soul and make sure that you're leaning into foods that leave you feeling light and energized if you have a busy schedule or a big day. I hope this lesson helped. This is the conclusion of Module 1. Much love, and I'm excited to move on to Module 2 with you guys.